Hello, this is Dr. Jeff Kim, and in just a little bit, I'll be sharing about bringing civic engagement and social justice to strengthen your instructional design and branding, a workshop that I'm going to be leading for our Cal State University Fullerton students in the instructional design and technology department. And so excited about this because we've been talking about, and here we go, we've been talking about strengthening your instructional design through a YouTube channel, ways to bring in story to strengthen that instructional design through short form video. And now we're in our third series, our third episode in our series on instructional design and technology, ways to bring in civic engagement and social justice into your instructional design. I think a lot of people are interested in this because I think when we do our work, we want to be purposeful, we want to make a difference, we want to have compassion. And so, how do we do that? And so, at the very beginning, I encouraged all our educators to really think about like what is their journey, what is like the most meaningful purpose thing that they want to do with their lives, and aligning their passion, their mission, their vocation, and purpose. Because when creating YouTube channels and things like that, it should really be like kind of something that you're passionate about, a hobby, something that you wouldn't mind doing, whether or not people watch it or not. It's something that you would enjoy telling the story about. But oftentimes, these short form videos can be very powerful in amplifying story. And today we're going to be talking about how it can also amplify civic engagement as well. So, why use story? That's something that we discussed before, and a part of the story could include civic engagement. So today's objectives for the workshop today will include why civic engagement, and kind of having a discussion around that. I am going to talk a little bit about my work in the district that I work in, where it's received so much praise for the civic engagement that students are having the opportunity to engage in. Once again, I want to be very clear that it's not my political views that I would be sharing with the students for the students to then amplify. No, it's about students identifying something that they're passionate about, and me as the educator just coming along the side and supporting them in all the things that they're interested in. And I hope in a thoughtful, compassionate, and civil way, something that's needed so that by the time they graduate, they're leaving not only college ready, not only career ready, but ready for civic life as well. I'm going to show some various clips of past YouTube videos like.
So I'm Kai Jackson, Deputy Superintendent, and the next school is South Junior High School.
Oh my goodness! For you may see some of these posters. So that just brings a smile to my face whenever I see that. That's when our school became the first junior high to receive the civic. I don't know if it was the first junior high, but one of the very early junior highs that received the Civic Learning Award for Excellence from the Judicial Council. That was Tony Thurman, and at the time, Chief Justice Tenel Kantel Sakayue. In our district, beyond the school that I work with, so many schools have received Civic Learning Awards, California Democracy Accreditation. So many of our students have also received the state seal of civic engagement from the state of California. Just a total outlier in California. And I'm so privileged to be a part of a district that really said, hey, this is a value, and created space for teachers and students to be involved in doing this important work about learning about what civic engagement is. And I'm going to talk a little bit about how that process worked. Now with this group, I'm going to begin by also talking about why. Why is this important? And I don't think we have to look very far because, I think I wanted to make a little difference between civics and politics, at least definitely the politics that we sometimes see that's out there. But I think we would hope that wherever we're at, whether it's in politics or, even in our own community, that people would be civil with each other, thoughtful, able to listen, able to speak thoughtfully. Like, I would hope that we would want that. That's a part of what makes our country an amazing country, when our people know how to do this. But it is a skill. It's not something that is innate. You don't just suddenly turn 18 and know how to be amazing in this area. It's helpful when you've had a long time of opportunities to, and many opportunities to, kind of hone your skill and prepare yourself. I may talk about areas. One way to highlight civic engagement is by just showcasing things that you're proud of. And so very recently I had a chance to attend Okapaka and their Tastemakers of OC. It was a fundraiser to support a great organization who's doing amazing work in the community to support Asian Americans and all Americans in the areas of mental health, housing, workforce, and so much more. And so I might just show like 1-minute clips of some of these videos. If you love O Capica, make some noise. Hello, this is Dr. Jeff Kim, and I'm headed out to OC Tastemakers.
Welcome to Tastemakers of OC.
Welcome to Tastemakers!
Hi everyone, I'm Mary Ann Fu. I'm the Executive Director of OCAPICA, the Orange County Asian and Pacific Islanders Community Alliance, and we are here today at Tastemakers of Orange County.
Honored to be here at OCAPICA's Tastemakers. This is an amazing event. If you look around, so many different restaurants, and first just want to say that this is what makes Orange County so wonderful as a place to live. The cultural diversity we have, it's not just us people living together, it's a vibrant exchange, and we see it in our food, but we see it in so many other ways.
And I'm pretty excited because, and that's one of the things that I love that can happen, whichever aisle we are on our politics. There are so many issues I think that we are common with, whether it's bipartisan or just, hey, we value this as human beings, we value this as Americans. So just even valuing the diversity and how that adds value to our country, that's something that I think resonates with a lot of people. And so I'm glad that we can all come together and share these kinds of messages. Here's the 23rd Irvine Global Village Festival that I had a chance to be invited to as well. And once again, these short form videos are an opportunity to amplify the messaging.
Hello, welcome to Irvine Global Village Festival.
Hello, this is Dr. Jeff Kim, and today I am headed out to the Irvine Global Village Festival.
It's going to be a fun day full of food exhibits, culture, and everything here. It's going to be awesome.
Hi, I'm Mayor Farah Khan, and we're at the Irvine Global Village Festival.
Tammy Kim, council member for the city of Irvine, also mayor for candidate, mayoral candidate, and also the executive director of the Korean American Center. We have a group here at the Irvine Global Village Festival. This is actually my favorite day of the year.
I know it's going to be a really amazing. So that was a great event that I had a chance to attend. Over 70 different languages in Irvine, one of the largest cities in Orange County, second largest, fastest growing. And if Orange County were like ranked in terms of like population in the United States, sixth largest county in the United States of America. So very influential and very diverse and thriving community. And I think the story deserves to be amplified. And here's another example of amplifying civic engagement. Sometimes we think it has to be politics. And it can, and there's civil ways to make that happen. But, what about acts of kindness or community service? I value this as well. So here's an IPSF grant that was approved for University Park. And here they are building out a mural on kindness.
A lot of times the students are involved, like they'll be today at University Park Elementary.
We're so excited to be here at University Park Elementary School to see one of the innovation grants in action.
Hello, my name is Dr. Jeff Kim, Irvine Unified School District School Board. So excited to be here for this unveiling, or actually the creation of this kindness mural.
And every student gets to recognize themselves as an artist.
Pretty awesome, right? And then you can even be like international and global. I did have a chance to be invited to Korea National Foundation by the Consulate General in Los Angeles. And it was like really great way to just celebrate how our nation is also connected with many allies in the case of Korea. I know just last year we had a chance to celebrate 120 years of immigration from Korea to the United States. So 120 years of Korean Americans in the United States making a difference for all Americans. And then also the 70 years alliance between Korea and the United States. So this was a day to kind of just remember Korea National Foundation Day.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you very much for coming to celebrate our National Day reception. I warmly welcome all of you.
Hello, this is Dr. Jeff Kim, and I'm out here at the Consulate General's residence in Los Angeles. You can say that I'm in Korea, actually.
Welcome everyone to a space that's just blocks away from Koreatown.
First, I'd like to thank Consul General Kim for once again being such a generous host, opening up his home.
I think it's really wonderful to have the Korean consulate invite not just the Korean community, but the broader community to celebrate Korea's National Foundation Day.
And we're here to celebrate Kechinjo, or the National Day of the founding of Korea, which goes back even 4,000 years ago.
I am really happy I'm here with Dr. Jeff Kim, that we got to go to do a heritage tour in Korea already earlier in the summer, and then to kind of come back together, reunite is awesome.
The first time I came out, I was thinking about the long history of.
All right, so then I'm going to pose the question, how can civics be used to strengthen our instructional design and branding through YouTube videos? So those are just some examples of things that I've done in just this past month, having a chance to, in my involvement with the community. And I hope that, strengthens a certain message of that we live in a color-blessed nation, and how can we be culturally honoring, right? So I hope that is a message that I'm at. But each student that attends this workshop, they're going to be a little different. So I'm just going to ask, how would you use civics to strengthen your instructional design and branding? So that's kind of the first part, which is kind of like using YouTube videos and showcasing where you've been to amplify your story, especially stories around civic engagement or social justice. I want to remind the students once again that civics is not just politics, although it can include politics, but it begins with, what about building community? And I like to also frame it from a classroom perspective, because my students also, in this IST course at Cal State University Fullerton, some of them are educators. And so we talk about how, I'm going to share about how building community is very important. And I put together a Padlet that actually combines a lot of the YouTube video clips that I've been making over the last couple of years and organizing them in 3 categories: how to build community. So a lot of strategies on how to build community in your classroom, in your space. Because if you can't be friends with each other, if you can't be civil with one another, then sometimes when you go straight to civic action, it's not going to be the most positive experience. So first of all, building that community, building that trust, building that positive learning environment in the classroom first, building community. The second part is voice. So amplifying student voice. So how do we help students with their voice? Sometimes that can be a little bit hard to do, to amplify student voice. So what are the strategies that you can use to amplify student voice? I give a lot of different examples. And then finally is civic action. What are examples of civic action? What are also, we're going to have a chance to talk about different strategies, including photo voice, using photographs to tell a story. This can be an easy way, a low affect way to support students with telling a story on a topic that they're passionate about. As you've heard, a picture tells 1,000 words, and everyone has a cell phone these days. So taking pictures of things that we care about and then being able to talk about it, right? There are some principles to taking photos. I don't know if we should be just taking photos anywhere, but we're going to explain. And these are some principles I actually received from UCI, this idea of photo voice and this approach. Do no harm, make things better, respect others, be fair, and be loving. I think it's important to also include these. And this is also helpful for digital citizenship as well. What is a way to scaffold photo voice? Using the SHOT analysis. What do you see here? What do you see happening? How does this relate to our lives? Why does this happen? How does this educate others? What can we do about this? So as a student looks at a photo, you can use these questions to kind of guide them and help them with their photo voice. And I'm going to give an example of my own. What is it that they see? What is happening? How does this relate to our life? And you can see these sentence starters that are there. The picture on the left is one of the pictures that I've selected. And on the right are the sentence starters. And then, of course, from there, the students can build it out and provide more detail of what's happening in that particular photo using those sentence starters. And I gave my example as a mentor text. It could be also in this format where you don't tell them exactly what they're seeing, and then they're just taking guesses. A lot of people, when they see this, are thinking, I'm in Korea with my family. And what you see is actually a picture of my mom and 2 of my youngest children. A couple of years back, I had a chance to visit this place, the Bell of Friendship in San Pedro. I didn't know about this place, but I had a chance to visit this place. And when I was there, when I learned about this place, I realized there's so much I don't know about my own heritage. And so one day I took my mom here. We visited this Bella Friendship, and then what we did was we had the chance to. I had the chance to thank her for her migration story, and that's what's kind of happening in this photo and in this place. And different students are going to choose different things, and so here's some different examples that we might share in class. And then I'm going to ask our IST class, Instructional Design and Technology, how would you use civics to strengthen your instructional design and branding? So they could think about that. And then we'll talk about soapbox speeches. Once again, I'll just play this briefly.
When I was young, you would have never seen me raising my hand, much less delivering a 2 to 3 minute soapbox speech on a topic I cared about. You don't have to be an educator to know that communication is valuable for college, career, and civic life. Yet, what kinds of opportunities are we providing for students to develop this? Today's topic is how to create a soapbox speech with 5 sentence starters.
All right, and here are those 5 sentence starters. First, the student identifies a topic that they care about. Today, I'm here to talk to you about, you can see that sentence starter right there, right? The reason why it's such a big problem is, imagine a world where, but we have tools that we can use to work on this issue. I need you to. So a lot of times, like students are like, I don't know how to begin or how to start or how to talk or how to conclude or what to add. So we provide a scaffold. The scaffold is like a skeleton of like what is going to be added on. Like, you know, if you look at the human body, from the skeleton, you could then add on, like, it's the muscles, the organs, the skin, so much you could add on top of the skeleton. So this is like the skeleton, and then they're adding on their details. And of course, they can move away from this once they got started, right? But sometimes getting started is tough. So this could be a good way to start. So from there, as many issues are raised, students might actually identify topics that they care about. One project that I was doing, students identified the topic of homelessness and sadness. And so we actually did a campaign on that. So it ended up leading to not just a soapbox speech, but it ended up leading to kind of a campaign to address hopelessness and sadness. So that's the power of civic engagement. You kind of began with that community, you amplified the voice, they started talking about issues that they cared about, and then they actually did something compassionate about it. So I'm going to ask our instructional design technology group, how would you use civics to strengthen your instructional design and branding? And that kind of wraps up the 3 series of workshops kind of on using YouTube. First, we just talked about using YouTube to strengthen instructional design. Then we kind of added to that by bringing in story, and then now civic engagement.